Most of you won't recognise this man, but you should. If he wrote sonnets, he might have been Shakespeare. If he composed symphonies, he might have been Mozart. If he penned novels, he might have been Dickens. But he did none of those things. Before he passed away in 2002, he designed games, hundreds of games, and his name was Sid Sackson. Probably the most prolific and influential American games designer, Sid Sackson is often referred to within the gaming community as the guru of games. He started designing games as a child, and throughout his career he won numerous awards in the field, most notably the coveted Spiel des Jahres, the German Game of the Year, likely the most prestigious game design award. Some of his best-known games are Acquire, Domination, Can't Stop, Byword, I'm the Boss, and Bazaar. His designs have laid the foundation for, and inspired the designs of, many of today's most popular games and game types. Though it is possible that he's brought to American and European families as many hours of quality entertainment as Disney, Spielberg and Lucas, Sid Sackson is anything but a household name. At Gryphon Games, we have made it our mission to revive and revitalise Sid Sackson's games and make them available to everyone in today's generation who loves games. We are committed to keeping his legacy alive by continuing to publish his wonderful games, so that the world can continue to enjoy his games that are both incredibly fun and highly educational. In 2011, we reprinted Can't Stop, Byword and Bazaar. In 2012, we would like to reprint I'm the Boss, and hopefully, with your support, Sleuth, Venture and Monad. Your support and interest are critical to us as we consider doing these reprints. There are many challenges in running a small games publishing company like Gryphon and Eagle Games. Choosing which games to print or reprint and in what quantities is one of the foremost challenges. That's why we're turning to you at Kickstarter and BGG. We know that you are as knowledgeable and interested an audience as there exists for board games. So we'd like to assess your interest in perpetuating the legacy and availability of Sid Sackson's great games. With that as a backdrop, we would like to present the intended first of the new Sid Sackson signature series, Sleuth. Originally printed by 3M in 1971, Sleuth is one of Sackson's most beloved games. Scott Alden, the co-founder of Board Game Geek, gives Sleuth a perfect 10 rating, hailing it as definitely one of the best deduction games. Many other critics at BGG agree. Our favourite quote about Sleuth comes from Chuck Uhersky, who says, "The best of them all, the game I'd save from a burning building." Our new box cover is intended to pay homage to the original 1971 version and at the same time bring it up to date graphically. Sleuth is a fascinating detective game for 3 to 7 players. One of the 36 gem cards is secretly removed from the deck and thus becomes the missing gem. Through skillful questioning of their opponents, each player gathers evidence and then, using their powers of deduction and logic, attempts to discover the identity of the missing gem. The components for Sleuth include 36 gem cards, 54 search cards, and a pad of information sheets for players to help them track down the missing gems. The gameplay in Sleuth sees the dealer shuffling the gem deck and removing one card, placing it where no player may accidentally see it. This becomes the missing gem. The remaining cards are then dealt secretly to each player to form their hands. The players then record the information from their private cards on their personal information sheets. Leftover cards that do not deal out evenly are placed face up for all players to note and record on their information sheets. Each gem card has 3 elements: gem type, diamond, pearl or opal, colour, red, yellow, blue or green, and type, solitaire, pair or cluster. Players use search cards to try and determine what cards the other players hold in their hands. For example, if a player had the blue opal search card, that player could request that any other single player show them all the blue opals they hold in their hand, and record this on their information sheet. Other search cards, called one-element cards, only have one characteristic of a gem, i.e. just opals or just blues. With these cards, the interrogated player must reveal only the number of the corresponding cards they have, and not reveal the cards themselves. Play continues around the table with each player using one search card per turn until one player believes they have solved the mystery. They make a note of their guess on their information sheet and check the missing gem. If correct, the player reveals the card by turning it face up for all players to see and wins the game. If incorrect, the player must replace the missing gem and the game continues. This player is now out of contention but must continue answering any interrogations while not otherwise taking part in the game. Our intention is for Sleuth to be the first game in the new Sid Sackson signature series, followed later in the year by projects for Venture and Monad. We hope that you've enjoyed this video and will decide to support this project. We're confident that you and your friends and family will enjoy playing Sleuth for years to come. Thank you.